Hi, I'm Cameron from Roseville Volkswagen in sales. Today we're going to be talking about the Volkswagen GTI, or flagship sports car. So the name GTI comes from Gran Turismo International, or Gran Turismo Injected, depending on what part of the world you're from. With the GTI you get a couple of actually really amazing things. The honeycomb grille is made specifically for the GTI, as well as the red trim you'll see everywhere on the car. The form was extremely important to Volkswagen when we made the GTI. We wanted a car that looked fast even while it was standing still, and it's still an amazing thing to drive. Whether you're hauling kids in the morning, or you can turn into that sports car at night. You can't resist talking about the powerhouse that powers the GTI. Here we have a 2-liter turbo, straight injected motor, which means that the fuel is atomized and shot directly into the cylinder. What that means is that you get a lot more power and a lot more moving acceleration for the vehicle. Now generally Volkswagen has a lot of complicated systems within the vehicle, a lot of stuff that usually our techs are only qualified to work on. But what's great is we have a lot of things that the driver can do themselves if they so wish. Right here we have the radiator fluid, so you can easily see how much fluid is actually inside the car, rather than take off a cap and try to guesstimate how much fluid is in there. We have the windshield washer fluid, again very easy to see, very simple and easy to operate cap, as well as the oil dipstick and the oil filter, so they can easily be changed by the driver. Here we have the top of the Volkswagen engine covered. Again, you'll see the TSI motor, as well as we have the battery, so which is covered to protect it from heat from the engine, as well as the elements too. And the fuse box is very easy to reach, located right next to the battery. This is the GTI Wolfsburg Edition. The Wolfsburg Edition actually comes with a couple extra features, like the 18-inch Ceron wheels, all 4 brake rotors on every tire, as well as red brake calipers specifically made for the GTI. There's a rear spoiler included for the sporty look of the vehicle, as well as a chrome tip exhaust, and what's really amazing is we built the trunk handle right into the emblem, so no part of the form is breaking up by anything. In the rear you get a privacy cover, which covers any type of valuables that you might have in the cargo space, as well as what's really cool is Volkswagen's own cargo blocks. What's really amazing about these is they velcro on the bottom, and they prevent any type of slippage with items. You get rubber mats. The rubber mats are actually branded with the GTI emblem, with the red, again, that we're going to see all throughout the vehicle, as well as carpeted floor mats that have the red trim around them. Back here you also have a trunk liner, which is extremely heavy duty and can be machine washable too, even when it gets dirty. Under here brings us to the spare tire, as well as we have jack and screwdrivers located back here too. Both the rear seats fold down. It's a 60-40 split, which means you can have one side up or one side down, which means you can still have passengers as well as all your cargo in the back area too. So what's really great about the GTI is how versatile it is. And in that versatility, Volkswagen decided obviously you would need a first aid kit. So if you happen to be at Folsom Lake or anywhere else where there's large bodies of water, out in the wilderness, any place that could cut you or inherently hurt you, first aid kit is always there just for you. So while we're at the rear of the vehicle, we're also going to be talking about our back seat and rear legroom. Some of the things you gain exclusively with the GTI Wolfsburg Edition is the red trim seat belts, as well as the plaid interior and the red stitching throughout the car. For Volkswagen, continuity was a huge thing, especially keeping with the red and black theme of the GTI. Now, even with the huge amount of backseat legroom that you have, you're never going to sacrifice the front seats of the car too. Now for Volkswagen, having laser seam welding creates a full and complete piece of metal with the entire car. What that means is everything is extremely rigid and will always hold together, even if you put a huge amount of weight on the door. Sitting down inside the driver's seat, we obviously have some very simple, very easy to use functions that always get you well connected with the information that's being output by your vehicle. Right here we have the Bluetooth and audio controls. You can actually adjust the volume of the music here, and one touch will answer or reject your phone calls by holding down the button. The arrow keys on the side here are actually used for the stereo to switch in between presets, or you can tune the audio with it also. On the right, these are the controls for the multifunction interface display, which sounds like a really fancy name, but what's great is it has a bunch of information about the vehicle. So your range until empty, the current route that you're driving, average speed, average miles per gallon, current miles per hour, speed warning, which is an awesome feature. Parents, you can actually set this if you purchase the vehicle for your child. Once the vehicle reaches a certain speed, so anything that you deem past that point is unsafe, you'll hit the OK button on the speed and it will set it for the vehicle. So if at any time the vehicle actually exceeds that speed, it will beep once and let them know that they are traveling past the preset speed. So moving to the right of the vehicle, here in the center we have the stereo system, which is the RCD 310 stereo. Comes standard with AM, FM, as well as satellite 2, which is 3 months free with every new Volkswagen, as well as media. The media can actually be used with the Bluetooth interface to play music from your phone, as well as answer your phone calls too, which is really amazing. This stereo can actually adjust the sound by itself, so you can do treble, mids, or bass by using any of the knobs here. So under the RCD 310 stereo system unit, we have the climate controls. Right here is the temperature of the air, how fast you want the air to move, and where you want the air to go. We have seat warmers for both of the front seats. They have 3 levels of heating, and it's an actual heating plate right under the seat, as opposed to a grid of wires that are used in other cars and other manufacturers. And here we have the manual transmission. The shifter for Volkswagen is a golf knob shifter, so it actually has dimples on the front, as well as the 6-speed transmission. It runs through each of the gears seamlessly and easily, as well as if you need to go into reverse, just press down on the shifter, over to the left, and forward. Moving to the roof of the vehicle, we have the Bluetooth controls, as well as the interior lights. They can be turned on individually, or all at the same time, set to the door, so when one of the doors is open, both lights will come on, or always off. With the Bluetooth controls, we made pairing extremely easy with your new Volkswagen. Just hold down the button, and then on your phone, it will pop up under Volkswagen Phone. You'll click on that, and it will pair automatically. You can mute the microphone by pressing this button here, or you can also accept phone calls through the roof instead of pressing the button.
No phone connected.
Well, again, thank you for looking at the GTI. My name's Cameron, and I can't wait to see you at Roseville Volkswagen.